Okay. Hello, everyone. I am going to record our first lecture. I explained the course outline, so not going to explain it again. And I think everyone is attended to that part. And also, you have course outline. You know how to read it. Um, Let me to first. I prepared a presentation. It is a kind of introduction to mobile application development and Android Studio integrated development environments. Just explanations about these things. So it will be a kind of good introduction. So let me to first explain that part. Then I will start to explain how to install Android Studio. By the way, I know that some of you already installed it, but it is a good thing to keep it somewhere. So if you have any problem, you can check. Okay. Uh, okay. As you know, our course name is Mobile Application Development. Okay. What is the aim of this course? The aim of this course is to teach the students mobile application development by using an integrated development environment, IDE in short, with a programming language. Um, I will explain what is IDE, but here you can see that it is a kind of software that you can write program, you can debug, run, and it has so many other tools, libraries in it. So it is a kind of program that makes life of programmer easier. Okay. In this semester, we will you will learn Android programming with Java. Why we selected Android? Because I already told you about there are so many platforms, so many ways to uh, work on mobile programming, but Android, as you know, it is a kind of operating system which all kind of Samsung, Huawei, that kind of Xiaomi, or that kind of devices are using it. And its market share is about 71.9. I think it is about the share that they made it this research last year. So if we if you learn Android Studio and if you work on Android, so it means you cover most of the uh, market here. Of course, there are some other platforms to write programs for iOS operating systems, but it isn't the first way. So I didn't select it. Of course, while you learn how to program, you can just skip to another IDE, another programming language, another platform to write for iOS devices. Also, there are some platforms that you can just write for Android and it is converting to iOS. Uh, So there are several ways, but we have limited time, so we will learn Android programming with Java. Why Java? I will tell you later. Okay, you are hearing that word, you are using that word, but what is it exactly means? App. App is short for application or computer software. So, as you know, an application or a computer program or a program installed on a mobile phone, it is designed to perform a specific task. So, it is actually uh, it was for Apple devices. That's why they said app, but it is a generic word for all kind of programs now. For example, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word are desktop applications. Also, applications such as Play Store, WhatsApp, Instagram are a kind of mobile applications. So there is no difference between app and program. But as I told you, the concept of app started to take place in our lives as an abbreviation of the word application after Apple iPhone introduced. It was maybe APK, APK, they were saying. I don't remember. Uh, I remember that when I was in middle school, my brother was going to university. He was continuing to electrical engineering, and he just took a computer. I'm talking about 89, 88 as years. So very, very first, the beginning times of the personal computers. Uh, and there are some diskettes that we are using for games or for opening the operating system, and it is also written application there. So it is not something that Apple invented. I think it was APK, but they just make short the Apple keyword, Apple word, and make it app. But always everyone is using app as application. Okay. So what is a mobile application or mobile app? Is a computer program or software application designed to run on a mobile device such as phone, tablet, or watch. So the mobile devices are not on the phones. We have tablets, we have watches, also some other devices that the operating system is Android or a kind of mobile operating system. Even it is not a mobile device, we can just act them like it is mobile. For example, a TV that Android is installed, operating system installed. And what is mobile application development? It is a process to making software for smartphones and digital assistants, most commonly for Android and iOS. If I come to the previous one of the previous slides, 1 minute, I want to show you this. Look, of course, this is not something like 100% certain results, but more or less is same. If someone else make the similar research, maybe this operating system iOS will be less, for example 26 percentage, Android will be 72, like that, but it will be more or less same. So when you check it, as you see, almost 99 percentage of the whole market, the mobile operating systems market, the 99 percentage of the market share is belongs to Android and iOS. So that's why we said most commonly. The others actually, it is not a good if you are not just taking a project job for the other kind of operating systems. It is not a good idea to develop an application, for example, a Windows mobile, because it is almost zero, the market share. Okay, there are tens of IDs, integrated development environments. What was it? It was they were the programs that we are using it to develop softwares. For mobile IDs are the softwares that we are using them to develop mobile applications. So for that, there are tens of IDs with mobile application development area, and each of them have huge libraries, various application areas and styles. That's why it is not a kind of thing that I can just show all of them to you. By the way, I don't know all of them, to be honest, but their logic are similar. I just picked uh, Android. Okay, why we need to use an IDE? Uh, by the way, for example, uh, more the C++ compiler, or while you are writing something to Notepad and run it at the backside. Uh, this kind of ways to make programming, it is making you more limited, because you need to just check more books, uh, or take less warnings, or have less libraries. You have to do it by yourself, some of the things. So integrated development environments have this advantage. So they have several features like debugging, version control, syntax error or syntax autocomplete. For example, here, as you see, without running your program, it is telling you that semicolon is expected. So these kind of things are making you to gain time. So in this case, you can produce much faster. So if you are working with simple programs, it is not a big deal. But if your task is more complicated, this kind of nuances are helps you much. Okay, At the same time, IDEs provide a visual screen to the software developer with many shortcut keys. So this is, I think most of you installed Android Studio. Maybe you saw this kind of screen on Android Studio. Um, Visuality is important. Sometimes to design something, uh, if you can see it visually before running it, it is more practical. So this is making to create comprehensive projects in less time and better quality works as an output. Okay, one thing here, I just give you as an information. I'm not going to talk about it later. But while we are checking resources, you may see this term, cross-platform. Actually, as I told you, there are several operating systems. Of course, as you see on the picture, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Microsoft, HTML5. There are several platforms that we can develop for, mobile application for the platforms. Uh, what is cross-platform? It is the process of creating a service that can work on all platforms with a single software you produce without needing to produce separate software for both iOS, Android, and other platforms. So cross-platform means you can simply I can say you are writing your programs for Android Studio, but for Android operating systems. But at the same time, by the help of this software, you can just take the uh, program, another program, same program but for other platform. For example, for iPhone. So this is called cross-platform. Okay, what is the best IDE? Here, I just put it by purpose because actually, before you starting something, uh, the people are coming to you and ask. For example, if one person wants to buy a computer, and if they know that you are related with computers, they come and ask you what kind of computer I need to take. He is or she is actually expecting an answer like that. Okay, take this, just like showing a point. But if you are interested in computer, you start to say, okay, what is your expertise? For example, why you want that computer, or uh, how much time you spend with it, like that. So you are starting to ask several questions to understand what kind of computer this guy needs. Okay, uh, so this is same. While you need to pick one of them, for example, after that, when you graduated, or if you like this lecture, maybe you want to be more to do more professional things. You may think that, okay, I can use another IDE, or I need to make I need to find the best of best one. So you have several. things to think about. And the final decision is in the hands of you. And of course, by checking the IDE's offerings, what that IDE offers you, what you need, why you are uh, why you want to use that IDE. These kind of things are important. So while making the choice, there are factors such as language support of the IDE. For example, you don't know English. Maybe some IDEs have support the language of your mother language. So that ones will be more advantage than the others. Also, software language support inside the, in company, and also, for example, if you just install a new IDE, maybe it is very, very good, uh, but while you are stuck in somewhere, you can't find so much people to help you, or you can't find so much document to help you. So it is also a kind of nuance here to consider. Operating system, maybe your computer have different operating system, and you have to install or you have to take another computer. Some of them maybe you need to buy it or rent it. Some of them are free, uh, and these kind of things. And uh, also developers' own personal factors are important. Your expertise, your aim. So according to these things, you will pick one of them later if you want. Okay, this is also something that it is the idea of this website upverticals.com. Uh, Also, I like these selections. The most popular IDEs, five of them. I will explain the Android Studio at last. So I'm going to explain the others. I will tell what they are doing, not so much. So Xcode is Apple's very own IDE. So it is used for building apps for Apple products such as iPad, iPhone, Apple Watch, and Mac. So this is for uh, Apple devices, Xcode. So if you need to develop an application for iOS devices, it is better to choose this one. Okay, we don't need so much detail. Visual Studio, as you know, it is a product of Windows, uh, Microsoft, sorry. Uh, so actually, for now, it is not developing an iOS or Android application. It is for Windows devices. Even you are develop a web desktop application, even you are developing an internet application or a mobile application, it is all designed for uh, Microsoft products. So this is actually not a good choice if you select this one for mobile programming. IntelliJ is written in Java and is developed by JetBrains is the name of the company. Although it is made specifically for Java, it supports any number of popular languages as well. So this is another IDE. Uh, okay, it has intelligent coding. It is several versions. I didn't check exactly, but it is for Java compiler or Android compiler or iOS. We have to check. It is a popular one, but it is a kind of more experience. It is for a kind of more experienced people. Summary: this is a cross-platform. What was cross-platform? We can develop more than one for more than one mobile operating system. We can develop application for more than one mobile operating system. So it is completely free, so no charge, and open source platform. It means that there are some people that reach that code and develop it. So it is entirely an application development platform for Android and iOS with .NET and C Sharp. Okay, this part is also important because you will see it, you will understand me. It is not an easy thing after you learn the C or C++ programming languages. Just write mobile programming. So sometimes the logic feels like it is different. So with .NET or C Sharp, you can feel more complicated. C Sharp is very similar to C and C++. And you can also produce mobile apps for both OS, iOS, and Android platform. And Android Studio was the first for that website. I put it to last because I want to talk about related with more. It is, by the way, Android's official ID. So this is a good advantage. So if you are aiming to develop an application for only uh, Android devices, it is the best choice, I think. So there are several features. You will see that features. Uh, okay. These are some things that we can learn while using it. Uh, I want to talk about here Android emulator. So this property is, I think it is have this property in all IDEs for mobile devices. Uh, Emulator is a software or sometimes hardware that just imitates some device, or more correct word is simulates in computer language. So it is simulating a device. In this case, for example, you can run on your computer, which it is Windows 10 installed 64 bits. You can run a program that normally it needs 32-bit architecture, or you can just play a game for mobile phones by just installing an emulator for mobile phones. So you can play it like that. So this is a good advantage to test your application without using a mobile device. Okay, I'm just giving this one. Yes. Okay, another question. Uh, as I told you, Android Studio with Java. But why Java? Because when you start to read a few documents, you will see that there is another language, programming language, that you can use in Android Studio, Kotlin. But why we are using Java? Uh, because Java an, is older programming language, but it is still very efficient. And the most important thing, most of the programmers are using Java. And that means you can easily find your answer of your question. I mean, if you have a problem, you can find several people that work with write programs with Java and several documentations on internet or books. But Kotlin is something like a few years old, 3 or 4 years old programming language. So it is not easy to find sources. So for now, it is a good thing to start programming with Java. But I want to talk a little bit about it. The interesting thing is runs on Java Virtual Machine, JVM, and can also be compiled into JavaScript source code. Uh, it is first developed by JetBrains programmers, and its name comes from Kotlin Island. Uh, Kotlin Island is it's I don't know it's the Turkish I know Turkish but English word, but its area is something like 1/10 of Cyprus. So according to Cyprus, it is very, very small island. And the name comes from that Kotlin island. Okay, about Java, uh, its name is coming from a uh, coffee brand, I think, or the yes, I think so. That's why the symbol is coffee. It is first released by Sun Microsystems in 1995. So many, uh, I mean, in front line and back line, backside, front side and backside, application are using Java. It is very, very popular. So many devices, places are using Java because it is fast, secure, and reliable. There's one thing, JVM. Java Virtual Machine. JVM is a kind of software that you can run your you can work how can run your Java program with another device. For example, if your computer is 32 bits, you can just write your program there, and you can run it with a 64-bit computer because of the functioning of JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So it is a kind of emulator, uh, and it is very, very good thing for uh, the programmers. I thought about the emulator, but let me to tell you again. It is simulates Android devices, Android emulator I'm talking about, on your computer so that you can test your application on variety of devices at Android API levels without needing to have each physical device. When you open your Android Studio program, you will see for emulators there are several kind of folds. If you select fold for the programming, and for example, 5-inch, 7-inch, 6-inch, its capacities are different. There are several kind of mobile phones as emulator. And even if you don't need it, but they have Wi-Fi, they have programs you can install. It is directly imitating or simulating a mobile phone. Every property is there. It is very interesting. Android Virtual Device (AVD) is a configuration that defines the characteristics of an Android phone, tablet, Wear OS, Android TV, or automotive OS device that you want to simulate in the Android emulator. Okay, this is a kind of emulator. If you make it bigger, you can see that you can just change its settings, and you will see it is very interesting. You can do several things with that. Okay, uh, one of the last slides for introduction. So, at the end of the semester, maybe you will not be a guru in this area, but you will step into the world of mobile programming, believe me, and take a big step like him. Uh, the following quote from the famous philosopher Lao Tzu is enough to summarize all we have to say. Even the longest journeys begin with single step. Okay, that's all for this introduction. I can say. Uh, I will just make another lecture to install, uh, download Android Studio, install it, our first program, Hello World. So, see you.